right, hey now, y'all. Happy Friday, happy high noon. Hope all of our people are in class and ready for session to begin. Hope everybody's feeling good. Tony, if I may quote David Lee Roth, I hope everybody's hopping and popping and bopping on a Friday afternoon as we get ready for our own version of a very early happy hour. Because why not start that process at noon? You don't have to wait till 5. Let's get it going right now. So if you have a cocktail in your hand, go ahead and raise it. If you got some unmentionables in front of you, you go ahead and spin those up and light it up. Whatever you guys want to do, get comfortable and throw your feet up. We're going to have a good time today on Polymax Particles. Creative Tony looking very dapper for the Masters with his collared shirt and his cap. Now, is this like your golf?
This is my golf attire. This is my golf attire in tribute to the Masters, but more just out of respect for our guest Rags coming on at 12:30. I want to be properly dressed for Rags today. And this is I want to show this too. This is my Bob Marley golf shirt. If you can stand by for a second.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Rastafari. Hell yeah, dude. Crazy bald heads. Shout out crazy bald heads, Tony.
Dude, all day.
Crazy bald
heads.
Them
crazy. Out of the yard. Come on.
By the way,
man.
try that. It doesn't have to be like metal when you're riffing on wedding bands and trying to like tie them in knots. You go, hey, do you guys know any nuclear assault? Stuff like that. Try that sometime. Go like, hey, do you guys know crazy bald heads? And just see what kind of reaction you get. Probably a lot of weird looks.
Them crazy. Oh, I love. Oh, don't get me started.
What's the other one? I like that early Marley where he's all violent and shit. What was the other one? Luton and what's it called? Luton?
Burning and Luton.
Yeah, Burning and Luton, bro.
Dude,
shout out Bob Marley, man of peace. Yeah.
Hey, man, he came from the seriously rough area, man. So he had to fend for his life a few times. And dude, Peter Tosh is no longer with us because it was such a freaking.
We're talking Kingstown, Jamaica. We're talking Kingstown in the governor's yard. Trenchtown.
Trenchtown. My bad. And the town of 9 Mile, too. The town of 9 Mile, which I will get to someday to pay my respects. I will get there someday.
Well, I know you will, Tony, on your Jamaican reggae kind of retreat. And I want to join you when you do that. By the way, I'm tributing our art director, Don Peralta, today. Got this schnazzy little Danzig shirt from the gig a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Big D. The more Glenn Danzig, the better off we're all going to be. That's what I maintain. Tony, a quick word on Longbridge Pizza before we dive into the show today. We got a lot of cool stuff in front of us, including a hit by Rags, which Tony kind of teased there for a second. But first, I got my Carlos stuff here. Hold on. Let me switch Carlos for Longbridge. Here we go. All right. Well, Carlos
is Paulie. I got some pizza. I got some pizza. I want to get some pizza porn I want to share from Longbridge at some point during this spot. So
I'm a fan of pizza porn. I have more I have more pizza sexy pizza shots on my phone than I do of the favorite species. In fact, I don't even really collect pictures of girls anymore. Now it's just photos of pizza. That's what turns me on. Okay, nice. Tony, Longbridge Pizza. Speaking of 23 47 3rd Street, the laid back vibe, the serious pizza. We're talking about Neil Donardi's creation now. Great pizza at a reasonable price. He's a South San Francisco product. You hear how I said that, Tony? South San Francisco. He's South City product. Yeah, man, totally. But join that vibe tribe. Eat some of that sourdough crust pizza. Try the Polymac particle pie. It's sitting there waiting for you, kids. Go up to the counter, say what's up to Karen. She's always got that huge smile on her face. You give her a high five and you say, yo, Karen, do me a favor. Let me get some of that Pauly's secret stash. I'm not even kidding. Say that to Karen and watch what happens. You're going to get the chili pepper flakes. You're going to be spicing up your pie. There I am right there with the J in my hand. 100% homegrown. It's smoking, y'all. And it is. Mm-hmm. It's really good. When we had the opening day party, he laid out a couple of PMP pies, and I was so proud. One of the prouder moments of my life, Tony, to be associated with a pizza place and to have a pie in my own name. I never thought I'd see I swear to God, I never thought I'd see the day. That's like a big deal.
That was a cool moment because that was kept a secret from you, and it was fun because Dom showed me a couple of works in progress. I'm like, damn, dude, that is going to be so sweet.
Hey, go ahead, buddy.
Go ahead. Well, I was gonna say, see on the hat. I feel like you could do a secret sentence with those lines on the hat.
Dude, shout out, bro. You know what? Leave this picture up. And we do have a super I want to get to. Escobar III has a super for us. But real quick.
It's almost like a backwards message on the record. If you play it backwards, Tony, it's a satanic message. You can do a hidden message on the cap of your cooking, your chef cap.
This is a very good sign for the show today. Creative Tony's coming up with satanic hidden messages, and I love this. Let me tell you what's going on. You remember that Ozzy Osbourne album that came out in '82? Sadly, it was right after Randy Rhoads died. He put this live album out called "Speak of the Devil." You remember that record?
Oh God, yeah. He's hard to find, man. Hard to find now.
I got a copy. I hunt shit like that down.
I've been looking. Hey, add it to your list. Add to your list, Paulie, of vinyl that if you find, just buy it for me. Yeah, just buy it for me if you find it. and vice versa. I've got a list of your stuff too. So Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair is on that list as well.
I need a copy of Rush Exit Stage Left. If you see a good copy of that, that's my favorite Rush live album. Shout out the Trees, Arrows, Xanadu. Then you come see me. But
shout out to sorry, man. Escobar's photo.
Yeah,
I love
that's a good one.
Badass.
It's like it's like one of those masks from like Silence of the Lambs, so he doesn't eat anybody. Maybe you know what I mean?
Totally with Chianti and fava beans. But I want to say, what's up, dude? He dove into Murder Mountain, and yes, Escobar the Third.
I told you,
pretty effed up. It's pretty effed up,
especially for California residents. Like you really got to know what you're dealing with when you head up to that part of the state, because I think everybody in their heads are like, oh, it's Humboldt County. It's going to be so laid back. We're going to be rolling J's and singing Bob Marley. So these guys are prowling the streets on ATVs with Uzis in their hand, bro. And after you watch Murder Mountain, believe me, you're going to have appropriate fear. That whole thing, I'll never look at it the same again, T.
Totally. Yeah. Thank you for the super, Escobar. Paulie, proceed.
Oh, so anyway, just head on down to Longbridge. In fact, this weekend would be an optimum time for you to do that, with the Warriors having their season finale Sunday at Chase Center. Stop on by Longbridge before the game or even after the game and enjoy some of the best pizza in San Francisco, along with the killer sandwiches, the chicken parm, the chopped cheese, the eggplant parm. There's a variety of options for you. And then last thing I'll say about Longbridge is bring in the family. And, my buddy Drutzy, his daughter Cassidy, she's got like gluten problems, so she has to go gluten-free on everything. They take care of that, no problem. Neil's not even going to blink. He goes, what do you need? Gluten-free? Done. It's already done. Here it comes. So anyway, get on down to Longbridge. Have a great weekend. Give Neil a high five. And
Paulie,
tell him,
I want to do some pizza porn as we wrap up Longbridge Pizza. And Neil's like the wolf in Pulp Fiction. He just gets things done. That's what he does.
True story. Yeah.
But I want to just give everybody a nice Friday sample of some pizza porn. Look at this. Are you ready for this?
I'm watching. Okay. Oh, look at that.
This is Longbridge on Instagram. I highly recommend you follow them. Here we go. Just stand by. This is going to
make me very hungry. Yeah. Oh, God damn.
Look at this.
Look at the sauce. Damn.
Look at this. That's the Detroit style, dude. That's the Detroit style pizza on Thursdays. Look at the crispy edges, man. The crispy edges. Come on.
I see it. I see. Look at the sauce. Look at that.
Look at the crispy edges right there. Come on.
Yeah, sprinkle that Parmesan on there too. Absolutely. Let's decorate it.
And then look at that. They threw the P&P Army merch, and there's the new chili flakes. That's the new chili flakes you can ask for.
The secret stash.
So, and then they provided a second picture right here.
Okay.
Look at that.
Hey, Jerry with his briefcase. I think I know what's in that briefcase, Jerry. I know what you're doing. Hey, as for Paulie's stash, thank you, Jerry. And thank you, Neil. Hey, last thing I want to do, Tony, before we move on from Longbridge is shout out everybody in Longbridge right now, because I think we're on the big screen, dude. So everybody at Longbridge, I hope you guys are having a killer lunch and enjoy yourselves. I'll see you down there soon. But now I believe the show is being showed in the back room.
It is in the back room. Every high noon, every Friday high noon, it'll be a broadcast on the back. I might just go there and set up shop and broadcast from the back room one of these days.
I might join you,
Neil, about that, dude. We should, man. We should think about doing that in the future. And I want to give love to former KMBR colleague Brian Smith, longtime producer.
Yeah,
he checked into Longbridge yesterday, and he walked in and he goes, "Dude, I love that you guys are affiliated with Longbridge, man. This is my neighborhood joint."
Oh, I didn't know Okay, cool. B. Smith. I didn't know he's a dog patch guy.
Yeah.
Look, I got a soft spot for Brian Smith. I'm not going to lie.
Me too.
I've always had a soft spot for that kid. And I will tell you this, as a fan of comedy and as a fan of laughter, like Tony and I have like kind of forged our relationship on that. A lot of laughter, a lot of comedy, endless riffs. But I got to say, Brian Smith is sneaky funny, dude. He is. He's got a different style than us. He's a little quieter. You know what I mean? But he's sneaky funny, bro. So anyway, shout out Brian Smith. He's one of us and always a part of the Polymath community. All right, now, Tony.
And on this high noon show, Paulie, sorry, one last thing. On this high noon show, if you're at Longbridge, dude, just go up to the counter and ask for a nice frosty beverage. They've got wonderful beers on tap. So it's about the pizza and the sandwiches and the salads and everything, but it's also about the beers on tap. Sorry, Paulie, go.
No, don't be sorry. You're awesome. A couple clean loose ends from yesterday. I want to thank. We're sorry. I want to thank Renelle Brooks Moon for joining us yesterday. She was just awesome to catch up with her, and I know a lot of our audience felt great about seeing her too. It's a mixture of like pleasure and pain when you see Renelle, because you miss her so much, but you're glad to see her and know that she's doing well. But I'm sorry that she's having a hard time like moving on. But I get it. I totally get it.
Can you blame her? It's like No, think about it, man. She just had the rug pulled out from underneath her, man.
I wonder what that feels like. Yeah. Tell me that's a what's that? What does that feel like? Gee, I don't know.
Neither of us know what that's like. Tom Comer, John Lund, they don't know what it's like.
No,
they don't.
neither does Rod Brooks. He has no idea. Neither
Rod
does Kruger.
Brooks.
Yeah, none of them.
Paul Tonelli.
How about jumping Johnny Lund? He don't know. I'm unfamiliar with that entire experience. Tell me what that's like. Hey, I wanted to say this about Renell though, because she said something I never had a chance to respond to. Dude, how about her shouting out one of my favorite tracks we ever did? I Need Dubs. To LL Cool. She shouted that out. That made me feel so good. I need dubs. I'll lay down my jacket so Steph can walk over a puddle, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes. I remember like I was riding the train to work, and when that was like dubs. A lightning bolt to my head where I'm like, dude.
That's it. And the best ones are always like that. The best ideas always come in a flash. Yeah.
And I knew you would just crush the vocal because of your love for LL Cool J.
Hey, like Tony, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at my ball. Sometimes I stare at my ball, like holding
the ball. And in the back of my mind, I hear Joe Lacob call.
Telling me I need Steph Dre. I forget the lyrics entirely at this point, or I don't remember them entirely. But anyway, great track and great having Renell on. And if you missed it, go ahead and pull it out of our vaults. You can catch it on Twitter, on our YouTube channel, at the Bay Area Sports Collective channel. It's all over the damn place. So pull it down at your preferred platform, if I may, Tony.
Usually on Saturdays, I'm getting in the habit of reposting a couple of our shows that we want you to revisit or encourage you to revisit. And this weekend, I'll probably post tomorrow Ted Ramey and Renell. So
nice.
Because Ramey ruled on Monday. He got our week started off in a great way, and then Renell yesterday, and now here we are high noon with the PMP Army. And I want to say Phil Dawson has showed up again on the comment line. I want to know, are you the former kicker of the 49ers? If so, grab your spikes, grab your single bar helmet, grab the small shoulder pads. Don't worry about a cup or a jockstrap. I don't think you need it. But just get in there. Get in there.
I can tell Tony doesn't usually get this like anti any 49er, but I can tell you got a big problem with Jake Moody right now. You got
one job to do. You got one job, and you have one thing to do. All practice.
Go ahead.
All practice. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Well, Tony, what about all the variables involved? Bad snap, bad hold. I mean, it's not all on him. There's other shit going on out there.
The kicks that he missed were not because of bad snaps and bad holds, Paulie. Laces were out. Snap was in. Hold was down. Sorry, man. You have one job to do. Like everybody else on the field has multiple jobs. You, Jake, you're getting paid well, getting paid handsomely.
Yeah.
For one job. So,
Leah Phillips, he sucks.
He does, Leah. He does, Leah. I'm sorry. It's just like,
sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like other news. Well, I don't want to go down that road.
No, it's okay, Tony. And plus, we got a few things to set up. So we do have we're going to do a Masters update today in our own style, of course, which will be one of my great friends of all time, Rags, from checking in live from New Jersey. Now, Rags is like he's one of the biggest golf heads that I know. Mm-hmm. And considering I'm one of the smallest golf heads that anybody knows, I figured today would be a good day to bring in Rags, let him put his own spin on what's going on at the Masters. Yeah.
4. I should have yelled 2.
Yeah. Sorry. Hey, Whitey, where's your hat? Yeah. I bet you $1,000 you're slicing the woods. By the way, don't sleep on Ted Knight. Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slice.
Ted Knight, rest in freaking peace. Ted Knight, gone way too early, man. Way too early.
And then after he slices into the woods, Rodney goes, "Okay, you can owe me." And Ted Knight's like, "I owe you nothing." Yeah.
Dude, it's the best. The lineup of that freaking movie, man.
And apparently they were partying their asses off like the whole time. Like it was, who was at the center of it? They say was Rodney. Like the party was always revolving around Rodney Dangerfield off camera. Yeah.
After I watched the movie Easy Money, Paulie, I thought to myself, if there's one person I could just call up and ask, can I pay you to party with me? It would be Rodney Dangerfield back in the day, because man, did that guy not give two shits about wanting to just have a good time with everybody around. And the eyeballs and the plaid slacks and dude, shout out Back to School, the movie Back to School.
Hell yeah.
And the scene with Sam Kinison too, by the way.
Yeah. Was he right? Hey, by the way, Los D is a super. What up, Carlos? What's up? Give Carlos some love. He's checking in. Tony's. Wow, look at this now. You're getting compliments. You do look spiffy today, Tony. You're looking very handsome with your.
If we're going to talk the Masters, if we're going to talk golf, I want to play the part. Although you want to talk about one of the most heated arguments I ever got in with Brian Murphy
Yeah.
was
Okay.
about my disdain
Yeah.
for the necessity to be hush hush on a golf course
Okay.
during tournaments.
I see.
Why? That's why I love that Waste Management Open in Phoenix, Arizona, and the 16th hole where the par 3 where it is loose, it's loud. I'm all for that, dude, and that's why I love that in the movie Happy Gilmore when they had that guy who's just razzing Happy Gilmore, calling him jackass, like every hole. So that was a big argument we used to get into. I'm like, dude, why? Michael Jordan's expected to make free throws and people yelling in his face.
That's a fair point. Well, what's the answer?
Well, no, it's just the history. It's the tradition of the game. It's the camaraderie of the game. It's just it's the. And I'm like, well, okay, still, so why?
Still,
like,
yeah.
So we never made up.
Yeah.
After
Well,
that
you guys would have some major flare ups.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was walking in the parking lot, which was like a block away. Spare no expense over there. It's like a couple blocks away from the building, and I was like walking up the hill to the parking lot, and I heard Murph screaming, and I was like, "What is going on here?" And this is, by the way, it's an outdoor parking lot, so it's just like a big empty lot where we all used to park. And I was like walking up the hill to get to the lot, and I heard him screaming. I finally turned the corner, and there's Tony, just hands on hips, getting yelled at because that was like a baseball dispute. I remember what that was about. That was about betting on postseason baseball games. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but you guys have had.
Oh, that was when I bet on the Dodgers. That was when
I
bet on the Dodgers. He lost his freaking mind.
Literally lost it. Yeah.
I said, hey, dude, if I don't want the Dodgers to win, but if they win, I want to at least make money.
Might as well cash in if I can. Yeah, right.
Dude,
right.
It was like I told him his family, every single member of his family sucked.
Or like you were like sleeping with his wife or something. It was
totally,
like he was at a code red nuclear level. Yeah. I heard him screaming on the street. I'm like, uh-oh, this is going to be bad. I had no idea Tony was involved. Patty's a super. What's up, Patty from Napoli?
Yeah.
You are the
Low Steve, thanks for the super, buddy. Thank you very much. Let me get to Patty, Paulie. Look at Patty.
Yes. I'm sorry, cell coverage is crap on the road to Vegas. Boy, she is all over the place, man.
She
all over. Hey, Patty, I'm not kidding. Hand to God, true story. I actually broke out my Eagles albums last night, and I listened to because it was in my head from when we were doing you're gonna find one of these nights. We were singing one of these nights a couple of days ago. So that prompted me. I did Long Run. I did In the City. I did. You know what I love, dude? I love Take It to the Limit. I'm a huge Take It to the Limit guy. Great track, great vocal, great everything. Anyway, Patty, that was for you. My Patty tribute with the Eagles. Thank you for the donation today. You guys be careful on the road. Tony, sporting matters at hand before we get into the Masters with Rags. And we also have a particle of impeachment selection today. We have our musical assignment. And sorry, y'all, I forgot to share the assignment with the class yesterday, but I'll do it right now. If you want to email in some suggestions, but the assignment today will be, and we'll wrap the show with this at the end. But I thought, Tony, since the Giants are starting a set in the Bronx, shout out Bronx, South Bronx, South Bronx, KRS-One, and rest in peace, DJ Scott LaRock. Talking to Brooksy. By the way, Brooksy came over my house yesterday, and he was like digging through my vinyl. He was very excited to find all the Pearl Jam. I got a pretty, Tony, my Pearl Jam, selection or collection rather, it's pretty impressive at this point. I got a lot of them. Like, Tony, good. And Brooksy was excited about that. And then he saw Criminal Minded by KRS-One. He was like, dude, you have that on vinyl? I'm like, dude, how could you not? How could you not have this on vinyl? So anyway, shout out South Bronx. That's where the Giants are going to be. So I thought, why not have a musical selection today just kind of with New York as the centerpiece, meaning any band from New York, any song about New York, and maybe it's a live show that was played in New York, because Pearl Jam has played some legendary shows at MSG. So any kind of connection to New York will be part of the musical assignment today. If you want to email in your suggestions, go ahead and do that. I feel good. I love when the Giants go to the Bronx. It didn't used to happen at all, but now with interleague play and all this, and every team goes to every city, it's always cool. And I know there's a lot of Giant fans there today. In fact, shout out to my good buddy Chris Kelly, stage manager at Saturday Night Live. He texted us this morning and goes, "Hey guys, I just ran into Hayden Birdsong.
I love this.
Yeah. So he was my buddy. He works at NBC, which is kind of Midtown, Uptown, 52nd, something like that. Anyway, he was walking over to his office to work on the show, and there's an MLB store that's a couple of blocks. I know exactly where it is. I've seen it when I've been in town visiting. So he popped his head in there. By the way, Tony, tons of City Connect Giants gear available I'm not kidding, in New York.
Of course.
Tons. And there are still some Giant fans back there. It's interesting, like Chris Russo, the Mad Dog, Giants starting in New York and leaving New York, not that different from the Dodgers, because a lot of their fans kind of remain back there, and that's true with the Giants. So it's always fun. And if you have any New York connection, throw it in there. But anyway, he said what's up to Birdsong today, who was also in the MLB store, which I think is kind of cool.
Did you start singing Birdsong to him? That would have been nice too if Chris.
Oh, I know he pitched a little while and then flew off. Hey, Tony, I know.
Hey, I have a question for you right out of the gate. So, by the way, we're going to do Tony's top 3 with Rags, because I want to do a golf themed top 3 with Rags. Hence my golf gear today.
Go ahead.
But I have a question for you. Have you figured out how the playoff picture will end up Sunday night after the next 2 games?
How can anybody figure it out? It's got to put. It's a mess.
Insanity.
It's like physics class again. Now I'm like doing equations and formulas. It's becoming too much. That loss, all I can say is losing to San Antonio could really bite them in the A. If they don't handle they just got to handle their business. That's all they can do. They got no choice. You got to win tonight in Portland.
They have to beat Portland. They beat Portland. They beat Portland twice already this year, and they can't take them lightly like they took the Spurs lightly.
Exactly what I was going to say. Portland can get hot. They're a streaky shooting team. Like, I've seen some Trailblazer games this year where they get hot as a group and suddenly everything they throw up is going in. So don't look past Portland. And then you got to win Sunday. Before you go to Longbridge, you got to beat the Clippers on Sunday. You have to. You have to.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then go celebrate a win, hopefully on Sunday at Longbridge, because it's a 12:30 game at Chase Center. But Paulie, the Blazers are 4-6 in their last 10. Warriors are 6-4 in their last 10.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that they just take care of business and handle their business, because you know what, on Sunday, dude, the Warriors are 0-3 against the Clippers this season. That's not good. So if they lose tonight, which come on, really?
No, cut the S. They're not losing tonight. They're winning. They have to. Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna have like fire in their eyes.
I do too. I do too.
Just like, get out of our way, Portland. We have a job to do.
Right.
So
that's right.
Which hopefully, it should have been again, I know they're trying their asses off against the Spurs, but man, they just wow. I'm still stunned by that loss. Stunned, because also like that. If you look at the box score of that game, Paulie, like the Curry had 30, Butler had 28, Draymond had 13. So it's like you would think that they would win a ball game when those 3 guys are scoring that way.
I agree with you. I do.
One big problem though, Paulie. Dude, by the way, Butler, 16 of 17 from the free throw line. That guy is a contact drawing machine. Dude.
He is. He really is. Very smart player. Yes.
And then, but then Curry, only 1 free throw on the night. Only 1. So you're trying to tell me that Curry didn't get manhandled yet again?
No.
Probably did. Probably not called. And by the way, Lily's a super. What's up, Lily?
Wu-Tang Clan. Hey, Wu-Tang forever. Shout out Wu-Tang Clan from Staten Island. No question about it. You know who else is from Staten Island, Lily Merchant? Is Pete Davidson, formerly of SNL. He's a Staten Island guy.
Right.
I got to tell you, Tony, as a guy who was born in Queens and a guy who lived in Jersey, I never spent any time on Staten Island. That's like the one borough I just never went to. You go to the Bronx once in a while. You hit Brooklyn occasionally, Manhattan all the time. Queens, yes. That's where the Mets play. But I got to say, like, Staten Island was just a place there was no reason to go over there.
Right. And Lily, thank you for the super, by the way. And Paulie, that's so funny you say that, because I was just talking to my dear friend, shout out Vito Colucci.
Oh, hell yeah. Vito Colucci, bro.
Vito rules to the high heavens. And he's originally from the Bronx. And we were like going over the 5 boroughs, and also shout out Beastie Boys album, To the 5 Boroughs. Very underrated album, by the way. But we were trying to remember the 5th borough, and we couldn't remember Staten Island. We couldn't remember it. And all of a sudden we're like, wait a second. Well, and finally somebody said Staten Island. So it's like the underappreciated borough.
No, it really is. It's like, and they say, like, what they say about Staten Island is it's loaded with cops and wise guys, apparently.
Yeah.
There's a big mafia presence and a lot of cops. Hey, we got supers coming in fast and furious, so let's get everybody here. Mark Graves, what up, my man?
What's up, Mark?
Well, I guess you're right, dude. Mark, I don't even want to think that way, though. I'm thinking give me this win and then give me the win on Sunday, too. Just handle your effing business.
I think he's right, though. And by the way, Mark is the one who posted on Twitter. The only sticker he put on his iPhone case was a PMP Army sticker. So
Mark.
Thank you, dude. That was rad.
That was
a great
rad.
Post.
That was killer. Hey, Don Peralta checking in super wise.
Well, stand by, Paulie. We have Steve Bisecchio first, dude. Grew up Giants fan in New Jersey because my Bisecchio, Paulie.
Bisecchio, my bad.
in Jersey because my grandpa was a fan and went to Polo Grounds. Nice. Also famous as the bar Finnerty's reopened in New York. You beat us to the punch, Steve. We had that coming up in bookmarks, but dude, bring it to the show. That's why the PMP Army rules, helping us out.
And don't leave out his final comment. New York Dolls, rest in peace, David Johansen. You know what, dude? I'm glad you brought that up, Steve, because I don't think we talked about that on the show. And that band, the New York Dolls, totally influential to so many. I'm serious. Like, they influenced everybody from Kiss to the Ramones to Iggy Pop. Like, the Dolls had a massive, massive influence and impact on the scene. So good call, Steve. Thanks for getting Johansen's name out there. And yes, Finnerty's reopening. Big deal, big story. So for those who are, yes, bravo, and congrats, and welcome back, you guys. Finnerty's is a great place to hang for any Bay Area sports fan, whether you're visiting New York or whether you live back there, and you are a Giants fan, a Niner fan, a Warrior fan. They got the games on they'll have all the games on this weekend. I know they also bus Giant fans from Finnerty's to Yankee games and from Finnerty's to Mets games. So yeah, dude, that's great news. And I got to tell you, I've already talked to Brian Stapleton, the guy he's one of the owners, and they're so happy to come back. And it's a great spot. It really is. And we're going to talk to Brian next week. We'll get him on the show and congratulate him. And
I love that it's back open, Paulie. And I think
too.
Sons of Jonathan the Master gave a shout out to the bus they rode from because it was a Mets Yankees whole series, like all 6 games or something.
Yeah.
So I love that happened. And dude, I want to talk a little Giants Yankees. First of all, Don Peralta, thank you for being a super dude. Don,
thank you, brother. Yeah.
Pearl
52110.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude.
Pearl Jam, like any band, always raises their game when you walk on stage in Madison Square Garden. There's just something about that building, the electricity in there. It's palpable.
So does Fish.
I'm telling you, any band who sets foot on that stage, suddenly it's like the best gig of their career because there's a magic in that room. There really is.
Fish did those Baker's Dozen shows that they did, and I think it was 2017. I think it was 17. Anyways, they did 13 shows in a row, and they didn't repeat a song. And they hired a donut shop in Philly to give a different donut each show. As you walked in, you got handed a donut, and then that was the theme of the show. And dude, I want to just shout out, dude, their version of Hendrix's Isabella on the final night 13. I was there.
Isabella rules. I didn't know they cover Isabella. That's a great track. Yeah,
great track. And they busted out, and Trey just goes nuts. And
does he?
Then they raised the banner. Yeah, they raised the banner. There's a Fish banner up in MSG forever that says the Baker's Dozen. It chaps Billy Joel to this day.
How do you feel about Billy Joel claiming to be, he comes waddling out there with his 300-pound frame, and he claims to be like the king of MSG. I got problems with that. I got to tell you right now. Like, I have massive objections. He does. I've seen it happen. I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to waste the time of the show. Hey, Sons of Johnny Lee's in the house. Throw him up there real quick, too.
Let's go. Oh, he made it happen.
He's going, you know what, dude, Sons, I can't confirm this 1,000,000%, but I'm going to try to come back for that too. I'm announcing that on the show right now. Tony, I think you should also.
Wow.
First things first is Tony and I need to hit New York City together. I've never done New York with Tony. I'll take you to shit. You've never, I got you covered in New York. That's all. And Sons talking about going back for the Mets series, the Finnerty's game bus, dude, it sounds awfully effing appealing to me. So Tony, put that in the back of your head. Sons, congrats on the trip, and thanks for being a super today. Of course you're going to be there, and I'm going to try to join you if I can. As long as if it's possible, I'm going to try to get back there for that too. Because one, I want to visit my guys. What's that, T?
I was going to say, let's coordinate with Sons behind the scenes and see what we can work out, man. And to also talk to Chris Kelly. Meet up with Chris Kelly from Saturday Night Live.
I got about 1 million people back there we could hang out with. And our next guest will be one of them, as a matter of fact. Good time to kind of segue. Is he already in the waiting room, ready to go?
He's in the waiting room, Paulie. He's actually lathering himself up with some of the oils that we left in there for him. But I wanted to real quick, Paulie.
We left a variety of coconut oils and clean socks back there for rags, if you know what I'm talking about.
Exactly, yes. So he can get nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
But Paulie, I want to say the Giants today in New York, at Yankee Stadium, Robbie Ray against Marcus Stroman. I didn't know this. Dude, Stroman he's gotten 8 hits and 4 walks in 8 innings, dude. So he is not doing well. He's actually one of their studs. I'm surprised that he's not doing so well. So Robbie Ray goes in with 11 innings pitched and 7 hits and 6 Ks. So I'm hoping that Robbie Ray brings his A game.
Well, I know he's going to be bringing his tight pants. I know that. You check out Robbie Ray's lower half tonight when he's on the mound. I'm telling you, I haven't seen anything like it since Flashdance, dude. His
Robbie Ray's lower half.
I'm just telling you what I'm seeing when I turn the game on, dude. Those things, he's got the tightest pants in the bigs. I'm telling you right now.
The best.
We're spinal tap level, cucumber down the pants tightness. Check it out for yourselves today at 4:00. I'm telling you, we'll talk Monday about it. But I'm saying pound for pound, tightest slacks in the bigs.
I'll see if I can find a photo before the end of the show to wrap this up. But I want to say, dude, the Yankees, I just want to drop this on you before we let Rags on to talk Masters. Dude, the Yankees have 26 home runs this season to the 49ers, to the Giants 14. And then also the Yankees have scored 82 runs to the Giants 57. Well, they have 112 hits to the Giants 94. I mean, dude, they're just, and what's his name? Aaron Judge is already out of his mind. He's got 20 RBIs and 6 home runs already. It's like, and the guy's batting 354. Goldschmidt's batting 383.
I mean, just the fact that they have Goldschmidt, it's like, God damn already, you guys, how abusive do you need this to be? The Dodgers and the Yankees, but the thing is even with all that money and all those power numbers you just rattled off, they still couldn't win the big one last year.
I know.
And
they couldn't win. Judge could catch a fly ball. If he can catch a fly ball in center field, changes everything.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The big stage, I'm serious about this too. I'm not kidding. That big stage in New York City is not for everybody. It's not. There are some athletes that thrive on that, like guys like Mark Messier, guys like those early 70s Knicks, like the Mets of 86, Dwight Gooden, Darryl Strawberry. Some guys react really well to that, and some guys self-destruct. And we watch the Yankees self-destruct on their own field in front of their own fans because the pressure cooker is different in New York than anywhere else. There's just no getting around that. There's a different kind of pressure that's applied, and the Yankees showed the world they weren't built for it. They're not. This group of guys is not built for that pressure, not yet anyway.
No question, Paulie. And before we let Rags on, I did find one picture of Robbie Ray that I want to share.
Yeah, give me some slacks. I'm telling you.
Let people judge. Well, I didn't get the full body, but I got God bless America.
What's the matter? Oh, the Chronicle stuff. I'll throw those fire plates.
Can you see that? Let me see.
Well, close the box. No. X out the box if you can.
Gosh darn it.
The Chronicle's tough with that, dude. It's tough to pull anything from the Chronicle.
I always forget that they shut it down just immediately. Oh well, I'll look for something. I'll look for something before the end of the show, Paulie. My apologies. I thought I had a good shot.
No problem.
Of the tight.
Well, you're going to get it. You're only a couple hours away. You're going to get it up close in any case. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to welcome in our very special guest today. He is a proud member of Mountain Lakes High School class of 86, as is your host today, Paulie Mack. We graduated together. We grew up together. We riffed together. We got in trouble together. And we're still joined at the hip. So here he comes. He is our golf correspondent for the day on the Paulie Mack Particle Show, coming at you live from Florham Park, New Jersey. Flashing guns, looking hit. Yeah, dude, it came.
It came.
Yeah.
It fucking came, dude. Okay, so, again, Neil, don't forget, when I get fired at my job, I need a job out there.
Flipping pies.
I left at 12 o'clock today. They're like, you coming back? I'm like, no, I got to take care of something today.
Nice. Nice. And you do.
This?
You go ahead. Show them your haul. Show them.
Punks?
Yeah, Paulie's punks.
Nice.
Yep.
And okay, I got to teach you. You ready?
Go.
I've been seeing you kind of try to have it.
I fumble around with it. Yeah.
Take your right hand, put your thumb out. Okay, there you go. This finger on top.
See, already I'm getting confused. Already. I'm going to self-destruct. See, already. No, I'm out. I'm out.
Got it.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm a mess.
I
got it, Rex. Got it.
Yeah.
Look at Tony. Not bad, T.
Boom.
Hey, can you move that pinky like a dog and get it to bark a little bit at the end? We can do some shadows on the wall. I'm just kidding. Hey, Rags.
Yo,
go ahead.
For the next outing at Long Retreat, you guys don't even have to say anything. Just you're from the same tribe. You just give a quick like this. Remember that movie Color? Hey, remember that movie Colors? That
of course.
Yeah, remember that?
Of course.
Tony, the dumbest story you're ever gonna hear. Me and this one, we love that movie Colors. This, you might not remember this, Paulie, but I do because I know
exactly what you're gonna say. I remember it. I know exactly where you're going. Flannel shirts and bandanas. Let's go.
Yeah. So we dressed up like the Latino gang members from Colors.
We did
with this flannel shirt with the one button.
Just went out drinking one night.
Bandanas, and then we went to 7-Eleven and walked in looking like the gangbangers
in New Jersey.
It was so stupid. It
was stupid.
But it
also kind of ruled at the same time.
now it's hysterical. Back then, we thought we were the coolest people ever. So.
Yeah, it's stupid and awesome at the same time, like most of our hijinks and most of our adventures. So, Rags, here's the situation. I bring you in today with a specific purpose. Now, Rags and I, see, it's a very curious relationship. Like, Rags is over here golfing on weekends. I'm over here spinning J's, listening to the Ramones on weekends, but somehow it all falls into place together. So when I need golf expertise, we got guys like Mark Cannizzaro at the New York Post. He's actually
he's there.
No, he is there. He's walking the grounds and stuff. But I always wanted to get that Rags spin on golf because, kidding aside, Rags is a serious golfer. He loves the game, and he knows way more about it than I do. I just barely skim the surface. Now, Tony is a golfer too, Rags, so you guys can speak.
And you know what? And I appreciate Tony. First of all, hi. I didn't say hi. I was so excited. I missed it. I want to give you a hug. Yeah, I appreciate the outfit, and I was gonna wear like something from Caddyshack or something today.
Sure,
but I was so goddamn happy. My shirt came in the mail. I had to wear
it. Hey, it looks good. Nice fit, by the way. Nice fit.
It feels good, man.
You look great, Rags. You look great. It's so good to see you, buddy. And
here I am.
Here I am, dude. Here you are, and yes, you are our golf correspondent. And I wanted to do in a couple minutes. We saved Tony's top 3 to do it with you.
Yeah, you're part of that today, Rex. Yeah,
you're part of Tony's top 3 today, buddy. And yeah,
okay.
Did you go to the 2012 Masters? Did you go?
No, you know what? One of my friends did, and we used to have this long-standing tradition in the 90s. We would call it Masters Friday. No matter what the weather was, we would play at least 9 holes, and then as soon as Nance came on at 3:00 in the grill, we would just drink until 7 till the golf was over to go out to dinner. But unfortunately, as times moved on and people have moved out of my club and work, kids, family, you know the drill. So
As soon as Rags hears Jim Nance, he just looks at the room and goes,
"Well,
stop your grinning and drop your linen. It's time for the Masters."
Again, I'm not really starstruck by too many people, and I've told you guys in the past I used to hang out with NFL players, professional wrestlers, all that good shit. But Jim Nance is like, that guy's like God to me. It's like the voice of God on your TV.
It kind of is. Yeah, it kind of is.
The coolest thing ever was when Paulie sent me a video that Jim Nance sent him when he was doing his final NCAA basketball championship game. And David Bowie, Let's Dance came on, and he had one of his dudes film him, and he's going, "Let's Dance," and he sent that to and he sent it to Paulie, and he sent it to me, and just hearing literally.
Well, we love Jim. Jim. Me too. Same here. Whether it's calling football, I mean, Jim Nance is just a class act. I mean, he's synonymous with the Masters, but in my mind, he's also synonymous with NFL football. Like, he calls great games in the booth up there. But Rags, let me ask you this: second round of the Masters now underway. I'm looking at the leaderboard. I see Rose. I see DeChambeau. There's Rory coming up now. I was watching Rory's kid putt the other day. The kid.
That's cool.
But you tell me, Rags, any surprises or who are you rooting for? Who do you want to win? Like, give me your spin.
Well, it's funny because, listen, I'm a passionate golfer because to me, the sport, and listen, you've known me since I was a kid. I played football, all that shit. Golf is like the never ending pursuit of perfection.
Totally.
It's just you in the course. And,
Rags, when you say it's the hardest game that you've ever played in your life?
I'll tell you this. Yeah, if not, anybody who watches on TV is like, "What's the big deal?" Go out and try to hit a golf ball.
Right.
And I mean, fortunately for me, I'm 56 years old. My dad handed me a golf club when I was 4, and that's why I've been hitting. But for me, it's not only the physical aspect, but for these dudes out here in front of all these people playing golf with your friends, and even in club tournaments and stuff. That's one thing. You're playing in front of the entire world, and you got thousands of people following you. But
you're right about that. If you think about that, go ahead, T. No, good.
Well, no, I was going to say, Rags, I've always marveled at how these guys can tee off and launch drive after drive down to like a gun barrel, a tee shot where there's fans lined up down for 100 yards, 50 yards at least, super tight. And I'm like, man, what if you just happened to get a yip? There are videos of people who've shanked them into the crowd before. I think Brady did once. Didn't Brady do once at Pebble Beach?
I think he did.
Yes, he did. He did nail somebody. Yeah.
But it's like, dude, just that alone is like, I'd be bleeping my pants, man.
Let me tell you what I observed though, Rags, and you'll appreciate this. So this is what's interesting from my perspective. All the years that Murph and I went down to Pebble Beach, and we've gone to other golf tournaments too.
The other time you sent me that Nance thing.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we hung with Nance down there a bunch, and then we also went to the Edgewood Classic in Tahoe many times, and we did the U.S. Open in San Francisco when he came here too. We would set up and do our show there. And what I always noticed about these golfers, these are world-class golfers. They would come over and sit down with us for interviews. What I always noticed was how composed they are, how incredibly cool, like matter of fact, well, yeah, I'm teeing off in 20 minutes. It's like, Jesus, if that was me, I'd be pouring sweat. Like I'd be like changing shirts because I'm soaked through the first one. These guys all have like a mechanism, Rags. Like there's something in them that they can flick a switch and they're oblivious when they go out there and they're putting in front of thousands of people. Like I don't even think it registers to them. It's like Michael Jordan on the free throw line. He just shuts it all out and performs the job at hand. And all those golfers have that trait that I've observed. They're all cooler than hell, man.
Yeah, I also listened. It's funny. I got a guy who works for me. His brother-in-law is a golf pro and stuff. And I'm not confirming or denying. So I'm just saying. He said yes. Some of these guys drop half his Xanax before they hit the first tee.
100%. 100%.
And I told you this in the past. I play my absolute best golf when I'm somewhere between hammered and buzzed. Like if I could find. If I could find that zone where I can't, Tony, when we play together, and I think I was talking about Leah. I was talking to this about Leah. It's like I play my best golf when I'm just in the zone. It's like probably for me, somewhere in that like 10 to 12 beer range.
Rags, if I may interject a little bit of comedy into the mix right here. Rags is looking for that zone where he's not hammered, but it's a buzz somewhere in between. I like to find that same space where to incorporate into my lovemaking. You know what I mean? When I'm involved in lovemaking, I don't want to be hammered, but I want to buzz. I want somewhere in that happy medium where I'm going to perform to the best of my ability. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, Rags, but you're taking, because to get to that point where you're talking about it like takes the mental out of it almost, because you're not thinking as much.
You do, and the mental is a big component of it, and I'm not minimizing. I mean, even in the these the club things that I play in, and again, I'm not comparing myself to what I'm very competitive because it's the last fucking competitive thing I have left.
Right,
so,
right.
And when you're in what we call like the shootout at our there's in front of all the people who aren't left in the tournament. I mean, it's pretty intimidating, but it is. And one year I won it in 2016 in the summer. It's a big thing at our place. And I do remember getting tunnel vision and I was able to block out like everybody around me.
Yeah, man.
But it's but Paul, you're asking me about my tape. I'm looking at the leaderboard.
Yeah. Give me who do you like in this whole mess?
Well, here's the deal. So
okay,
so I'm gonna you never thought you were going to hear this today. I'm going to mix my hatred of Sirianni into this. Okay. Ooh. Justin Rose, tremendous golfer.
Yes.
But I am not a big fan of his. And Tony, you probably will remember his antics during the Ryder Cup. Okay. So Paulie Mack, the Ryder Cup is the United States team plays the international team.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Every 2 years. And we play over there across the pond. We play here. We alternate. And the last time that the international team beat us, Rose was the biggest chirper out there. So I personally can't stand his face.
Biggest chirper, you said, like running his mouth?
During the Ryder Cup, he's a big chirper.
And which country? Yeah. Where's he from?
He's from he's from the UK.
He's the UK. He's from the UK. Yeah.
Okay, good enough. Go ahead.
But he's a very talented golfer. So he was 7 under going into the day. He had like a 3 or 4 shot lead over the next person. If I had to pick who's going to win the whole thing right now, I'm not saying DeChambeau because he's one behind him at 7. Rose is 8, DeChambeau 7. Yep. Rory played his ass off today.
Yeah,
Rory's at -6. I mean, this is when it gets packed. But what really blew my mind last night is I was watching. We had it on at work. I come home, I do my thing, I work out, and then I throw the TV on again. I went to the Golf Channel. And they're showing Bryson DeChambeau live at the range at 8:30. This guy he must have hit 500 golf balls yesterday.
See.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm also rooting for him because when he first hit the scene, I thought he was a complete douche. I'm like, this guy's a drunk.
Yeah.
but he's kind of like rehabbed his image.
I got you.
In like, and now I'm rooting for him.
Go ahead.
Did you see Rags? Did you see the video of I'm blanking on the quarterback from the Rams? It was just him on the
Stafford.
Stafford, thank you, Matthew Stafford. Yeah. It was a video of them on the golf course last week, and Stafford, DeChambeau's like, "Hey, I'm going to run a route. Just throw me a pass." And this might have been an older video, but Stafford's like, "Is this guy for real? Like, is he really?" And so then Stafford throws a dart, and it literally almost knocks DeChambeau off of his feet. And DeChambeau's a big dude.
He's a big dude, and he's playing hard. And there's another cool video floating around out there. He did like one swing for every day. He was trying to hit a hole in one over his house, and I can't remember. You have to go find it. It's amazing. He's standing in his driveway with an AstroTurf little square, and he's like, day one, trying to make a hole in one over my house because he's got a green in his backyard, and he's hitting a pitching wedge up over his house every day. And I can't remember what day it was. It's like 97 or something, and bam, he hits a hole in one.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If I did that, I'd break every window in the house. If I ever tried something like that, I'd shatter all the windows. Rags, by the way, who's this Canadian guy, Connors? Who the hell is Connors?
I don't know him well, but
he's up there. He's right there. He's right next to Scheffler. He's at
he's playing well. He's newer on the scene. Lowry. He's from over across the pond. I mean, he's
how often is it though, Rags, when a guy like, let's just use this guy as an example. This guy Connors, I've never heard of him. You don't really know him that well. He's a Canadian, and he's six under. How often is it, or likely is it, that a dude like this who's hot on Friday is just a memory by the end of Saturday? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
quite often, and it's interesting because I'm not a big analytics guy when it comes to any sports. Like,
I feel you.
Like, I think the Red Sox, they were the first guys to hire some analytics dude for the front office. But somebody, broke it down plain and simple as far as analytics. That's at 72 out of the last 88 Masters champions were in the top 11 scores on day one.
See,
interesting.
If you want to look and see who was in the top 11 yesterday, you'll probably find your winner of the tournament. Now, Tiger Woods was an anomaly a while back. He was like tied for 33rd after the first round, and then he beat Chris DeMarco on a Sunday. But again, this is whatever. But if you want to go,
well, I was going to say I always pull for that kid Colin Morikawa, Cal Bear. He's a local kid, Cal Bear. I love him too. He had a good first day. He's tied for 18th right now, but maybe he makes a comeback if he, obviously makes the cut, obviously. And then, dude, here comes Scotty Scheffler, dude.
He's always there.
He's -6 right now. You know that guy, that guy. I just feel like he's always going to be in the running, and I have to pick him because it's just he's always a badass, especially on Sunday.
Listen, and don't count out. And if you take a good look at Xander Schauffele, he looks like he's been hitting the weights. I mean, he's jacked, and he's like, I'm 5'8" and a quarter. Got to throw that quarter in, and he's probably around the same height as me. And he's jacked, but don't count him out. He's playing well.
Nice.
And Jason Day. I mean, the big thing about Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, so
give me
Friday,
some Saturday. Yeah.
So Friday's basically like you're going out there. Thursday and Friday, you're kind of like just feeling your way around. You're trying to play your best. Going into the weekend. Saturday in golf, they call moving day. Okay. Now, at Augusta National, the people who come hot out of the gate and are kind of able to kind of sustain it are usually farewell. When you are in desperation mode on a Saturday, or you got to be more aggressive than you would like to be on a Saturday to make a move on moving day, that's when you typically make mistakes and you kind of just fall from the lead. So I think the cut is going to be +2. So after that, boy, the anybody who's got a score +2 or better, the top 50 players, they play on the weekend.
I'll tell you one thing, Rex. Next time I see you, I'm going to give you a +2. I don't even know how, but I'm going to give you a +2 because I love seeing Rags talking serious golf. This is actually one of the more serious hits you're going to get from Rags, Tony. So
totally. I was just thinking, Paulie. I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, I'm not used to this.
I'm ready to throw.
I'm ready to throw. I love it.
I'll throw a blazer. I'll throw a blazer on this kid if I have to. I'll throw him out on the court. You know what? We got to get right, dude. You know what we should do, Tony? We should get Rags an effing credential Dude,
Oh
we
my
should get
God.
him a media credential and let him roam the goddamn grounds and interview
amazing.
people.
Amazing.
Tony, I know you got one more question, so hit
Well, no, I got something that Rags shared with me earlier this morning.
This is what the Masters is all. I know where you're going with this, and I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, let me just share this. Rags sent this earlier today, Paulie, and it's it's what it's all about. If I can find it, hang on one sec. There it is. So this is. Oh, go ahead, Rags. You set it up, man, because you set it up.
So I think what stands out to me about the Masters and why it's so special is number one, it's the first major of the year. Number two, there's just the prestige behind it. There's the tradition. And the other thing about the Masters is it's always played at Augusta National. U.S. Open is played in different places. PGA Championships played in different places. British Open. I mean, this is every golfer's like dream is to.
So is this like the Super Bowl of golf?
But it's weird because in golf they basically, in my opinion, they start off with the Super Bowl.
Right.
Right. But the other thing that the Masters does that's really cool is they're amateur friendly. And what I mean by that, Paulie and Tony, you probably know this, is that in the United States, they have regional qualifiers where any amateur golfer could apply to play in one of these regional tournaments. And if you win, you get an invite to the Masters. I mean, it's not
so cool.
It's really cool. It's
Cinderella
awesome.
story stuff. Yeah.
So this video back in 2021, Hideki, and I was laughing when I sent this to Tony because I'd like to tie this in with Takashi
and I love Doug from Japan. And Doug in Japan. Yeah.
So Hideki Matsuyama, I love this guy. He's got this really interesting swing where he's got a pause at the top of his swing just for a second.
Okay.
And so he wins the Masters in 2021. That picture that Tony has up right now, he's walking to get his scorecard checked, go hang out, go get his green or whatever, get ready to get his green jacket. His caddy is out of sight from everyone, walks back to put the flag stick after he takes the flag off of the flag stick.
Yep.
Nobody's watching. His caddy walks over, puts the flag stick in the hole, takes his hat off, and he bows to the course.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm a
big respect. Not only to show respect to the course, but to the entire like vibes, if you will, of the Masters. Which is,
you know what, guys, let's do this collectively. Rags, me, and Tony, same time. I'm going to count the three out of respect. I'm just going to take my cues from guys like Doug in Japan, Cheap Trick at Budokan, all that stuff. Let's show some Japanese courtesy to the Polymac Particle community in the comments. Like, guys, let's do a group bow. This is for the audience. I want to bow. Yeah, I'm bowing. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was our first ever bow tribute to the audience. Okay, so Rags, finish up. Sorry, I barged in there.
No, it's fine. So he's ready.
Here we go.
It's just so awesome. Nobody's watching. Everybody's following his player, and he walks back, and he probably put the stick in the hole and said, "Fuck yeah," and bow. Yeah. And just homage and respect to the Masters. So, I mean, I literally, on my deathbed, Paulie, remember, tell my brother, if I happen to go before him, if I'm going down, just tell somebody to turn the Masters music on in the background.
I'll take care of that for you. I got you. I'll take care of that. I got you covered. Hey, and thank you, Noemi. You're the freaking.
Noemi's the best.
Noemi is the best, dude. She's swing dancing. She's got a guitar playing husband. The whole gang of them over there. They're all
everybody, man. Like I told you the first time I was, I feel like I'm living like a double life.
You kind of are. No, you got my
I got my deal out here in New Jersey. I got these, I mean, fucking John Joseph a couple weeks ago sends me like some Mexican heavy metal band just ripping it in Spanish. Dom's with me and Dom go back and forth all the time. Leah, I connected with on LinkedIn. It's just Patty, Karen,
the whole
Tony, dude, and period. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off because I get excited.
You're good. Yeah.
So, but Paulie, do you remember my friend Murph who passed away? My big fraternity brother. He was the linebacker.
I do. Yes.
Fucking Bonnie went to high school with him.
See, I knew Bonnie's Jersey, dude. She's a Jersey girl.
Cranford.
Yep. Bonnie's been super cool. And by the way, Rags, just so you know, when you're watching the show, you probably already know this, but her handle on the comments line
Scarlet Fire.
Yeah, dude, Scarlet Fire.
So I met them when I was on the Zoom when you guys were all live at Longbridge Pizza.
Dude.
On
know,
the opening day party.
Oh, hold on. Here's Sanchi. Last thing I remember about golf was 80s pounds. Dude, this came up on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Yes,
it did.
Ray Knight and Nancy Lopez, dude. And by the way, sadly ended in divorce, like a lot of marriages out here these days. But anyway, Rags' good vibes make golf cool. No question about it. Rags.
Hell yeah.
And by the way, I want to show, like, last thing on Rags' credentials, and then I want to do a top 3, and then we'll let Rags go. But the
Totally.
a lot of people don't know this, not talked about openly on the show, only in hush corners when nobody's looking. But Rags will whip out his Grateful Dead identification card if necessary. Like he's going to, and I just want Rags to know, when I think of you, Rags, just I haven't really even told you this, but like ingrained in my mind are 2 songs that I associate with Rags. One, Terrapin Station, because there was like a summer where you could hear Rex driving around with all the windows down, blasting Terrapin. That's one. And then number 2 is Wharf Rat, dude. Wharf Rat. I mean, down by the docks of the city, dude.
That, you know what? Whenever I was there, and he knew, man, I'm like, I am August West.
August West, dude. My name is August West. So anyway, Rags is also part of the greater Grateful Dead community.
I got your, you know, when I was actually digging for a shirt the other day, and I found the Drum Space shirt you made me.
I did.
Dude.
I made Rags a shirt that I said, Rags, when we go to Giant Stadium, I want
on the back.
Yeah, that's all it says. It's a gray shirt. The front says drums, the back says space. That's it.
And I got it somewhere. I got that remember that sparkly hat that I would wear?
Your hippie hat. Yeah, Rags had a special hippie hat he would wear when we would go to shows together. All right, now, Tony, bust out the top 3 because Rags is going to be part of this today. So give him his intro. Yeah.
Tony's top 3.
Coming.
Tony's top 3.
So you got the hand signals down, Rags. I appreciate that.
Tony's top 3.
Okay, kiddies. Here we go. Feed the ducks. Let's rock and roll on a Friday happy hour. What are we doing today, Big T?
Okay, Rags. So this is going to be a golf-themed top 3 because that's why you're on the program today. And thank you for taking the time to join us, my friend.
God, yeah. Right
I look forward to the time we can all hang in person, dude.
We're gonna.
Hey, I ingrained that New York trip you guys were talking about.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that, Rags, in August.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's a lot of ground to cover. I got to take Tony to Jersey. I got to. Oh yeah, no, Florham Park's part of it, and then I got to drag Tony through the streets of New York City. But yeah, we'll definitely take a Jersey detour. But T, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
Also, I want to thank Sanchi for the super, and Leah Phillips just threw a super in. I got $5 on going to the Spinnerty's August bus tour. Keep me in the loop, and oh, hey, Rags. So that's from Leah.
Yeah.
And then we've got one more from Mark Graves. What's up, Mark? He says Dawson hit the hole-in-one at his home, lives in Arizona. Okay.
Shout out Mark Graves. Yeah.
Nice. There we go.
By the way, I got to ask Mark this. Sorry, Tony. And I like to ask all our listeners who have famous last names if they're related to another famous guy. I should have asked this weeks ago. But Mark Graves, any relation to New York Ranger great Adam Graves? Won a Stanley Cup with the Rangers, won some Stanley Cups with Messier up in Edmonton. So if you got any kind of Adam Graves connection, please do let me know. And then we got to get his ass on the show. I'm a big Graves fan. Tony, go ahead.
And our boy Nick DiFrancesco checking in from Longbridge Pizza. He's saying he's eating a Polly Mac pizza with Neil right now, listening to Rags.
That's my boy DiFrancesco. I'm telling you, the mug of a DiFrancesco will win you. Yeah,
there was a kid. I coached a kid in lacrosse that graduated high school with my son. His name was DiFrancesco here in Florham Park, New Jersey.
It's just a feel-good name. Yeah, DiFrancesco.
Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you. Remember on quick.
Yeah.
That, Tony Soprano and the Furio picture. It
was
awesome. Big mob bust out here in Jersey yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Which town? What, North Jersey?
North Jersey. One of the...
Dude, I love that there's still mob busts out
Tony,
there, by the way.
Tony,
I love that.
I
love that.
It's real.
Lucchese crime family, 38, 39 guys got popped, racketeering, gambling, nothing crazy.
The whole bit.
Yeah,
still.
I'd like to do, you know what? I'd like to do a little racketeering.
Dude, hey.
I know, dude. I'll racketeer with the best of them. I got bills to pay. I got to pay bills.
I'll racketeer with the best of them.
Rags, you know what's funny?
Go ahead, Paulie.
Okay, real quick, and then you piggyback off me. But Rags, it's funny that in California, the Bay Area, like people, I remember they would say this stuff to me when The Sopranos was on. They'd be like, I love The Sopranos, but it's too unrealistic. There really aren't people like that anymore. I'm like, see, that's where you guys are effing wrong. Those guys are all over the place back there. So anyway, Tony, yeah, it's real, dude. North Jersey, where we grew up and went to high school, is where The Sopranos it was set, and that's like the hub of kind of wise guy activity in Jersey.
Well, and I was going to say, like, Masters is all about tradition. I would like the Mafia to stick around just because of the tradition of the Mafia.
Hey, listen, they're keeping neighborhoods safe. You can walk the streets in Mafia neighborhoods. Old ladies don't have anything to worry about. Just don't cross them. That's all. Just don't cross them, and they won't mess with
we are the best. Yeah. We are so demented. That's the best.
I know. Hey, listen, we're civilians, but you got to support the wise guys. It's all part of what makes the world go round. All right, Tony, give me some top 3, man. Let's get into this.
So top 3, and Lily, by the way, thank you for the T3 lesson, she says.
Yes, Lily's
I love
best.
how he can just do it without even thinking.
Dude, just right here, you can do it up here, you can be, it's everywhere.
However you want to do it. Yeah, you can do it.
Stick them out, the 3 on your right hand.
By the way,
nice, and under.
I got my thumb. There we go. Boom.
Hey guys, if I can call my shot like Babe Ruth, if we can pull off this New York trip in August, Giants Mets, I guarantee you one thing: somebody or some people, plural, are definitely getting jailed. There will be a couple of arrests. And here's what I'm going to request. I don't care if it's Dom, Scarlet Fire, Bonnie, me, Rags, Tony, any of us. When they're cuffing us, please make the Tony's top 3 hand signal so we can get some pictures of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want guys getting thrown into the cop car, chucking cuffed hands with the Tony's top 3 signal. Let's make that happen.
That's the best.
Dude, we were talking Eagles earlier. You're making me think of somebody's gonna hurt somebody.
I love Heartache Tonight, dude. I love it. Every word of that song. Every word of that song is true. Everything he says in that song is true. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. Everybody wants to touch somebody. Come on, if it takes all night. All right. Anyway, sorry, you guys. Go ahead, Tony.
I had a serious golf question for Rags for number 1, but I think I'm going to steer away from that because we had a great breakdown already, of the Masters. And would you say, real quickly, Rags, you think that DeChambeau's probably going to pull it out? That's your money's on DeChambeau?
I know one good thing. This guy will be on the range tonight. I think he can, and I hope he does. I mean, but again, I just did an update on McIlroy's right there. Scheffler, man, Scheffler's ice.
Scheffler's
Lowry,
totally.
And don't sleep on Jason Day either, man. I'm telling you, that guy.
I've always liked Jason Day. That's a great call. Paulie, do you want to throw a name in that? I'm going to say Scheffler. I'm just going to be the bandwagon guy and say Scheffler. You want to pick somebody?
I'm going to say Jason Day because I can combine that with Sugar Magnolia. I can go Jason Day. No, Jason Sunshine Daydream. Okay, nice, Jason Sunshine Daydream. That's going to be my guy going forward. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay,
I'm all about a good Sunshine Daydream. By the way, I got no problem with Sunshine Daydream, dude. I'm a Sunshine Daydream head. Tony, go ahead.
Whoever has a problem with that song, I don't want to talk to.
Good call. If you don't like Sugar Mag, please exit the show immediately.
Right. Yeah. What's your problem? Please leave.
Right. Sunshine Daydream.
Yeah. Come on. That's nothing but good vibes. That song is nothing but good vibes.
Nah, rules.
So, okay,
rules.
Rags.
Yes, sir.
Number 1. This is going to be kind of like a fast action, high-paced top 3. Number 1. My most recent rounds of golf have included golf carts where people will bring a speaker now and they'll play music throughout the round. I want to get your thoughts, yay or nay, on the in-house golf cart speaker playing music throughout the round.
I don't want to be ambiguous. It all depends on the scene. Like on Friday afternoons when I play with the guys from work, we throw a stack of High Noons and Miller Lights in the back.
There you go.
And we play music. But if I'm playing in like a competitive deal, like I don't want to hear music coming out of somebody's court.
Hey, Rags, I have a question.
Well said.
I can't believe I've never asked you this question in my entire life. But I
never Will you marry me? Is that it?
Well, you know the answer to that. I mean, we practically already married. Even in states that frown upon those kind of unions, Rags and I, we'll find a way to make our love come true.
True love.
Rags, do you, and I know a lot of people do this, do you make when you're golfing seriously, not with the guys on Friday with the Miller Lights and stuff, but when you're really golfing for real, do you guys put money on the games? Do you guys like play for money and stuff?
You know what? It's funny you said that. I don't gamble except for golf when I'm playing somebody.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Yeah.
No, well, you know why? Because it's something that I can control. Yeah. In fact, the last time I lost fucking money was back in like 93.
Damn.
It was the first Cowboys Niners meeting. It was the Cowboys back-to-back here, and the Cowboy, I was all cocky. I mean, I put like 500 down. Cowboys, that's the last time I lost money. I'm never gambling again, but yes, I will play for money because I can control it.
Yeah, no,
Love
I like it. I'm just throwing it out there. All right, Tony, go ahead, man.
No, I love it. And there's fun golf chips too. They're like poker chips, like on those Friday rounds you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
One of them is like a 3-putt chip, and I'll just throw it on the green right before my buddy's about to putt. And it's a little poker chip that'll land near his putter, and then it's just for shit talking.
I like that.
And by the way, Rags, thank you for saying Miller Lite and not Coors Light or Bud Light. The Miller Lite is the finest of all light beers, just for the record. Just want to get that out there.
Oh, Paulie knows how I feel about them. I mean,
I like Miller Lite. I got to sleep though. Tony knows this. I get mocked for this shit, but I don't even care. How about the fact that other people are concerned with the beer I'm drinking? But if you're concerned, I do want to give a nod to Michelob Ultra. I'm coming over the top with Michelob Ultra. Rex, have you seen the light yet? I'm telling you, it's a good beer. It's a nice light beer.
Hey, don't forget. Don't forget, I'm still today's day 101 on the drive.
Oh, dude, what's your goal? What's your end game? What's your
May 28th? May 28th is my birthday.
That's coming up. You.
Yeah. When the Cowboys sees it, okay, if the Cowboys miss the playoffs, January 1st to May 28th.
Wow, dude.
If they make the playoffs, whatever day their season ends, until May 20th. So today's day 101. I'm fucking irritable and thirsty.
I got you.
And time out. By the way, May 28th is a Wednesday. May 28th is a Wednesday night. So if we could celebrate you,
it's a freaking night flight show.
On a night flight. It's a night flight.
Dude,
wow.
That might not be safe for kids, though. Yeah, that might be. That's a dicey situation. By the way,
mark that down. PMP Army, mark that down. May 28th, Rags ends his dry spell on May 28th on his birthday.
By the way, I just want to say this, Rags, anytime, you know me, you know what, I like to get involved in all kind of unmentionables. If you ever need me to help you take the edge off during one of these 100-day drive periods, I can hook you up with some nice indica, maybe relax you. Next thing you know, you're laughing, you're eating chips. I'm telling you, I'm available.
I know, but
if you need that kind of help.
I gotta take the pain hard.
Okay,
you know what?
Okay, no, no, he's like that.
Take it straight.
He's all about pain. Yeah.
Bone dry. You know what? Here.
Hey,
I feel like telling the audience, no, it's true. Regs loves pain. I know this is. I confirm that.
Dude,
yeah.
My cardiologist says, hey, instead of having a beer or a glass of booze every night, have an edible. Make yourself a cup of tea and have an edible.
I swear by that recipe. Look at what it's done.
Is when I'm done, Tony. Then I have a guilt-free summer and I lose my mind.
Yep.
I have a guilt-free football season. I eat my holidays and then boom. It's like I don't want to say
holidays.
And then boom.
I don't want to say reset or cleanse or all that other fucking
right.
I collaborate with my body. I get transparent with my body.
Oh, here's another term you can flush right down the toilet. Last night my buddy Winks was texting me, and now there's a new term out which is called ritual. I'm not kidding. This is like a real term now. Oh, I was hanging out with my friends this weekend. We were involved in several rituals of enjoyment. What are your rituals of enjoyment?
You want my ritual of enjoyment? Okay, I'll come on here. Don't even start. Okay.
No. Don't. Rex's rituals of enjoyment are XXX rated. All right,
hey,
Tony.
by the way, I saw Bonnie's stop by in the comment line. She says that her doctor recommends microdosing. Yes, Bonnie. That was honestly going to be my particle of impeachment this weekend. Was going to be my little mushroom microdosing capsules, but I left those out maybe for a future show. Number 2, Tony's top 3. Number 2. This is just for fun.
Yeah.
Because there are options other than Caddyshack, but if it is Caddyshack, Rags, your favorite golf movie, and if it is Caddyshack, then dude, tip the cap and we'll move on. But your favorite golf movie?
Oh my God, I am so embarrassed. I can't. Oh God, what's
to Happy Gilmore? Tin Cup?
No. God damn it, man!
Is Tin Cup's the one where Costner hits
no, because I like that Renee chick. So I like Tin Cup.
Renee Russo for life.
She lives.
Yeah, she does.
Man,
here, while you're thinking about that, Don Peralta's a super. He says, thank you, Don, for the super for Rags Goat Yoga Retreat Fund.
Rags wind up getting romantic with the goats. Don't send them out there, man. I'm telling you right now.
I got to find this.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you mine. It's not. I love Caddyshack, but Happy Gilmore for me. I just love Happy Gilmore. And there's a Happy Gilmore 2 coming out July 25th this summer. By the way, we'll see. I'm not a big sequel guy, but we'll see how it does. There's also a new Naked Gun coming out. Did you see the trailer for that with Liam Neeson as Frank Drebin? Pretty random stuff, but Seth MacFarlane is behind it. So I do believe it could be funny if Seth MacFarlane's behind it. But
I'm going to jump in with a golf flick for you guys too. It's not really even a golf movie, but there's a golf scene in this movie that I think is kind of cool. it's the first Jon Favreau, Vince Vaughn flick, Swingers, movie Swingers.
Yeah.
They go to like a public course in LA and they're like, their shots suck. They're getting yelled at by other golfers behind them and stuff. Like that whole sequence is like, that's how I would look if I went on a golf.
All right, I found
just
it.
Making a mess of it. Yeah.
Nice,
Thank God.
Nice.
Thank God. All right. Legend of Bagger Vance.
Dude, you and Winks Rags are on the same because Winks literally just suggested Legend of Bagger Vance. Like he was trying to help you out.
I cry at the end of the movie every time I watch it.
Oh man. Hey, you know what? Can I just full transparency, as Paulie loves to say on the show?
I hate that. Yeah.
I've never seen it, so I need to see it.
That's why I stopped talking about it. You know what? It just
Okay.
Because it's you know what? It gets very like deep and philosophical. Like,
Nice.
You know,
okay.
with your shit. And Winks, I am so happy that. And Winks, I miss waking up with you in the basement on my other couch every Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those days? And then we would go to Denville Bagels all.
I remember one time we came over to pick Winks up and his mom came down because you and I were in no condition to even leave the house, dude. We shouldn't even been out in public. And we went over to pick up Winks like in the early days and we were hanging with him. And I remember like his mom was like, hey, can you guys help us move a couch? And we moved the couch or something. And then Winks came out and he was shaking because we were all out the night. But the whole lot of us were shaking. All right, Tony, let's wrap the top
Last
three.
one.
Got to let Rags go. Okay, go ahead.
Number 3, it's just very simple because one of my cousins who I played with, he doesn't do it anymore, but he used to be a club thrower. You know, just are you a club thrower, or have you ever been? Have you ever been?
Or
and this is like therapy for you, Rex.
Yeah.
I will. You know what? I've been working on my temper on the golf course. I was a bad club thrower, and. This is I'm embarrassed. Well, thank God he's okay. I play with
shit.
No.
Thank God he's okay. I don't know where this is going.
I was playing. We have caddy day. It's like almost like caddy shack.
Caddy shack. Right.
The pool's open from 1 to 1:15, but the caddies play with some members. And listen, please don't. I am not your typical country club golfer. Paulie knows. I belong to a club and play golf for 2 reasons: to drink and play golf. And I treat the caddies. I like to hang out with them than 90% of the members. So nice. I'm playing with a guy from work. He's actually technically one of my 2 bosses.
Beautiful. I love this already.
We were on the 4th hole. It was a Friday, so
technically he's one of my bosses. Technically, yeah.
And I had like a bicep tendonitis issue last summer, so I was swinging really easy. Anyway, I tee off, I hit a drive, and as soon as I hit it, I knew it was hooking out of bounds, and I could feel it. So I tried. I don't know why I did this. I let go of my club on my follow through just to try to like stop the ball from hooking out of bounds.
Yeah.
I turn, and in slow motion, my driver like a whirly birdie hits him in the head.
Oh no, dude.
And all of a sudden I saw blood pouring down.
Oh my God.
I'm dead. Smack on the lives of my boys. This is a true story. I'm like, I killed this guy. And he's a great, he's a great guy. It was a thank God.
Did you have to get him to the hospital for real? Did you have to get stitched up? Okay,
because it was like a superficial flesh wound.
Good Lord, bro. God
damn. I grabbed a towel. I'm holding it on him. I mean, then we drank like another 10 beers on the course and laughed our asses off. But I will never throw a club again, and I will never let a club go. Ever.
Yeah.
Because if you look, I mean, you. Oh my God.
You could kill somebody doing that.
I know, I think about it, and like when I like cringe every time I think about it, and thank God it did, because an inch here, it would have hit him in the front. It just the fat part of the driver skimmed the top of his head, but it didn't make a gash. It was like just like
I'll tell you this much, Tony. I guarantee you, when Tony was drawing up this top 3, you didn't think you were going to get that. Rushing down the guy's face. But that's what you get with Rex. You don't know where any of it's going to go. It could go anywhere.
But I'm honest. I tell it like it is.
Thank you for sharing, Rex. Thank you for sharing.
Never let a club go and never throw a club.
Okay. And also, hey, Rags, I can't top that because I've never thrown a club, but I did play golf in Berkeley at Tilden Park, a great golf course, and I forget her name, but she was playing. We were playing with a group of us, 2 foursomes. She was the hole ahead of us, and she was walking up the cart path, and I go, "There's no chance in hell that I'm going to hit it towards the cart path." I hit like a worm burner, like 3 feet off the ground, laser. I missed it, and it's a line drive, and it tags her in the back of the calf. She didn't see it coming.
Ooh.
And dude, her
did she go down like she was shot?
She went down. It was like she got shot. I felt horrible.
Yeah. Right.
And then she had to. Her wedding was like a week later. She had to go down the aisle on crutches. On crutches. She had to go down the aisle on crutches
because of you.
Yeah.
That's insane. I never heard that. That's fucking beautiful. You guys, I wish I could play. I want to play this game too. Now I got to go hurt somebody just so I can hang. Now, when the show ends, I'm going to go out in the street and hit somebody with a club just so I have a story.
No, listen, listen. When it's a situation like that's when I go all in. I'm like, oh yeah, well maybe she played a little faster than Tony when they hit her. Okay,
how about the fact that the bride was on crutches is effing amazing. Amazing.
Yeah,
hey, Rags, listen, brother, we freaking love you.
I love you. I got to get back that the chick I met in your green room, she wants my number.
Hey, you guys, go do what you got to do. Hey, all I got to say is nobody knows nothing. Nobody knows nothing about nothing. That's all I got
to go back in the green room and meet her.
Rags, everybody. Thank you,
Rags.
Yeah.
Tell your wife that you're booked on the night of your birthday. So plan something else the other night.
And we just need 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Yeah.
No, I'm booked there. No. And let me know the dates when you guys are coming out here because we're going to do a little,
we'll shuck and jive.
Yeah. Little, as we say, midnight run, a little surf and turf.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Rags in New Jersey, everybody.
I love you guys. Have a great weekend.
You
Later,
too, my
Rags.
man.
Peace, brother.
Christian Narrag, known as Rags on the Streets, our golf correspondent. Really, always eventful. It's always eventful.
Best. He's the freaking best. God, I would love to go back in time and just be, watch you guys as high schoolers, man. I would. It reminds me a lot of my posse. It really does. It really reminds me.
I bet.
But without the East Coast flavor. You know what I mean?
Rags has tons of flavor. Yeah, he's got a lot of flavor. Yeah,
it's the freaking best. It's the freaking best.
Tony, thank you for setting that up today. And now, dude, we got to, it's getting late. So we still have to do Particles of Impeachment. We have to do the music assignment as well. I don't know if we have time for bookmarks. I'll let you make that call.
We don't.
Okay.
And there's nothing, we already talked about Finnerty's, and we want to congratulate Finnerty's again for reopening 5 years later. We're so stoked. We're going to have Peter on next week, hopefully.
Brian.
I'm sorry, Brian. Sorry.
All good.
The two owners are Brian and Peter. We're gonna have Brian
what though? But shout out Black Peter by the Grateful Dead. Tony, go ahead.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Shout out, isn't it St. Peter who walks on water, supposedly?
Shout out St. Peter, St. Paul, any of them, any of the saints you got, just shout them out.
Peter, Paul, and Mary, if you want to go there. If we're talking golf, you go Peter Jacobson. Remember Peter Jacobson?
How about if I could, Tony, just for your head, because I know you're a big fan. How about Pete Way from UFO? Pete Way. Okay.
By the way, when do you make the decision to stop being called Peter and be called Pete? Because I would probably make it early on in my life, personally.
Peter, I don't know. You got to ask Peter Chris, because if
because there's a double entendre there, Paulie.
Yeah. But I mean, like if Peter Chris was Pete Chris, it wouldn't carry the same kind of.
That's true. That's true. That's very true. That's very true. And also, don't forget Peter Piper picked peppers on Raising Hell by Run DMC.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
Yes. Let's do impeachment and then musical assignment. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, you got it. Do you want to go first with impeachment? You got something for me?
Mine is my particle of impeachment, and I've been meaning to say this for a few weeks now because I took a long hiatus between season 2 and season 3 of The Bear.
Oh yeah, you were just talking about this. Yeah.
I'm back into The Bear, and I'm episode 7 right now. And Paulie, I told you this the other day. It's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. It is so well produced. It is so well done. The acting is incredible. The scenes, the writing, the production. It's just, and they do. I was telling you, they'll do like a 90-second video montage with great music playing behind it. And I'm going to look it up after the show, look up the Bear soundtrack for each season, all the music they use. They used Eddie Vedder's version of Save It for Later, English Beats Save It for Later. Eddie Vedder re-recorded a version of that they used in the show. I know it's a super popular show. I know that most people, I'm late to the party, but I just want to reiterate to people, if you have not watched The Bear, dive in. And Paulie, I think I told you, I want you to get in. Because it's one of the greatest shows. It's so good. Dude, the episode in season 1, The Feast of the Seven Fishes alone is something you should watch. And then I just watched an episode called Napkins. It's just that's my particle pick, or my particle of impeachment, because it's just gold.
I love it. Thank you, Tony. No, I definitely want to catch a show. A lot of people have told me how good it is, and I'm eager to discover the kid who's on the show, the bear, the guy with the curly hair. I forget his name. Sorry, but
Jeremy Allen White.
That sounds right. Yeah, Jeremy something. Yeah. Jeremy spoke in class today. Anyway,
Jeremy Allen White.
That Jeremy kid is going to play Bruce Springsteen in this new flick that's coming out about Bruce making the Nebraska record and kind of simultaneously going insane at the same time. True story. That was what was really going on in his life. So anyway, he's playing Bruce. Wow. I'm interested in that. My particle, particle of impeachment today is going to be the book I'm reading, which I really want to pass along to everybody else. It's the brand new book by Peter Wolf. It's called Waiting on the Moon, and it's about his life. It's about his entire life, growing up in the Bronx, moving to Boston, forming the Jay Giles Band, and then going on to his life is freaking fascinating. And by the way, I have the audio version, so like I'm listening to. Yeah, it's called Peter Wolf, Waiting on the Moon. It's his life story.
Does he narrate it, Paulie?
Yes, that's the key. Cool. So it's Peter Wolf, like, telling me his story in my headphones. Tony, just a couple of quick highlights. He grows up in, moves up to Cambridge, Massachusetts, where he befriends Muddy Waters, Johnny Lee Hooker, Van Morrison. Apparently, all these Van Morrison was living in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I never knew that. He wasn't even famous yet, and Peter Wolf was hanging out with him. And then Peter Wolf goes on after his success with the Jay Giles Band. He marries Faye Dunaway, the famous actress, and now he's hanging out with De Niro, Pacino, Jack Nicholson. There's all kinds of really amazing anecdotes and stories in this book, and I recommend it. And Tony, I don't know if you remember this, dude, but do you remember when you and I interviewed Peter Wolf, like around 2010? He was playing Yoshi's, and we set up like a side podcast, and I went to that gig, and I wound up hanging out with him after the show. He brought me back to his backstage area. Dude, he entered the backstage door in a bathrobe, and I was the only guy back there. And he was like, yeah, come on in, man, hang out with me for a while. And we were hanging out, and he was just a fascinating guy. The book is amazing. And also, he's a Cambridge product, so I got to shout out my good friend from Cambridge, Joe Mazzi, one of my best friends from college, and he and I studied comedy together. We're big music lovers, and when I think about Cambridge, I think about Joe Mazzi and his family. They took me in like for their Easter dinners and stuff. Yeah, great Italian family in Cambridge, and Joe's my main man. I could do a whole tribute show to Joe Mazzi easily. But I'll just say this: Cambridge, like when I think about Cambridge, I think about Joe and Peter Wolf, like being his neighborhood back then. Fascinating book. I recommend it. Waiting on the Moon. You'll love it. You don't even have to be a Jay Giles fan to love this book. It's fascinating to you. You should get a copy too. Very good.
I'll dive in once I finish my Chris Cluey punter book. I'll dive in, and I also want to get Don Peralta gave us a great book by Rick Rubin about the creative mind that I'm reading simultaneously.
Thank you, Big D. Yes,
it's a fantastic read.
It is.
Thank you for that. It's a great read. It's really good. It's a page turner. You're just flipping. I want more Rick Rubin. So, by the way, Mark Graves asked The Bear. I watch it on Hulu. But I just bundled. So now Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Hulu, Max, whatever.
Can I bundle? I want to bundle a couple of FUs to all these streaming services.
Totally.
Here's a bundle for you. One, I'll give you the bonus plan. You get both. Creative, because I've had it with paying for these streaming. So every time I turn around, hey, we got to get a new service because now this other show's on this other one over here. It's like, God damn it! Well, how many of these do I need? Can we consolidate these? Can we just get them all?
No,
on
of course
one
not.
Thing?
Nope. That's the business model, Paulie. They got us by the you-know-whats.
They do, and it stinks. It stinks.
This show Landman. I keep hearing about this show Landman. It's supposed to be amazing, but it's on Paramount Plus. I don't have Paramount Plus. Do I?
See, I just got Paramount Plus. That's one I just actually picked up. And let me tell you what's going on.
Watch Landman. It's supposed to be amazing.
I'm too busy watching Tulsa King over there. I got Tulsa King going with Stallone. Dude, I'm telling you, it's really good. I like Tulsa King. I recommend it. All right. Anyway, Tony, the music assignment for the day, then we got to let everybody go. A very long high noon today. And I know people are on their lunch breaks. They got to get back. If you're down at Longbridge, what up, y'all? Here's what we're doing today, Tony. The musical assignment is, I announced it a while ago, that since the Giants are in New York to play the Yankees, let's make the assignment either songs about New York, bands from New York, gigs that were played in New York, any kind of New York connection. And Tony, I want you to go first.
All right, Paulie. And by the way, I have a picture to share at the end of this. So when we're talking about Longbridge Pizza, Nick DiFrancesco and Neil Donardi hanging at Longbridge. I want to share that later during our spots. Just remind me, Paulie, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the song. I love this band, especially their early stuff. And then when their bass player passed away, Bobby Sheehan, I was really sad because he was a very, 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 very good bass player.
Okay.
And just locked it in. And the band I'm talking about is Blues Traveler.
Yeah.
And their first record. Okay. It's I think it's just called Blues Traveler, but it's a cool cover. Right. So it's like
psychedelic.
graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's graffiti, and then there they are on the back.
Okay.
And they have a song on here called Droppin' Some NYC.
Okay.
So I'm going to. You never heard of Paulie?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So Droppin' Some NYC, and it's just listen to the rhythm section. Listen to John Popper on harmonica and his vocals, and then they do a nice harmony, acapella harmony outro at the end of the song.
Okay.
Droppin' Some NYC by Blues Traveler, and man, this first record of theirs is so freaking good from start to finish. You just let it go. There's a song on here called "Sweet Talkin' Hippie." It's the last track on the album.
Yeah.
The song "Alone."
Yeah.
Holy shit, Paulie! The song "Alone." It's John Popper basically saying, "I'm alone."
Yeah.
And about how a chick left him, and then there's a song "Crystal Flame," "100 Years," "Slow Chains." Oh, I'm gonna actually spin this right when this show's done. Thank you for getting this off my shelf, Paulie, because I haven't listened to this in a while. But yes, there's the cover again.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the Blues Traveler guys are from Jersey. I think they're from Princeton, like that Princeton area of New Jersey. I'm pretty sure. So them singing about New York makes a lot of sense. I'll definitely check it out. And by the way, Tony, I will put that track on the PMP 25 playlist right after the show. Hope you guys are enjoying that. For those of you who have not been able to find that, let me just clarify this one more time. All you got to do is go to Spotify. You go into the search mechanism there and you enter. Let me just make sure I give you the right name. It is called the PMP Playlist 25. If you can't find it that way, search my name, my username on Spotify, which is Paulie Pix, P-I-X, Paulie Pix. You'll find it that way. All right, Tony.
And Paulie, I'd like to confirm you're right. Blues Traveler is from Princeton, New Jersey.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And by the way, dude,
I just looked it up.
Our brush with John Popper greatness, I don't even know if you remember this. I got to tell the story. It'll only take 30 seconds. When Tony and I and Larry Kruger had a short-lived show on KMBR, it was like a midday show, early 2000s, didn't last very long. And they didn't know which way they wanted to go. They wanted to get edgy, but not too edgy. They wanted to have fun, but don't do too much crazy stuff. So already I said, Tony, let's get John Popper on the show. And we booked him. And we had him on the show, which is unusual for KMBR at the time. They were not having rock stars on. So I said, fuck it, we got to do this. So John Popper was on the show with us. And I asked an innocent question. I'm like, hey, where are you right now? And he goes, well, I'm on the tour bus. And I go, wow, man, where are you headed or whatever? And he's like, well, we got to drive from LA to San Francisco. I'm like, yeah, it's a long drive. What are you going to do to pass the time? And this is what he says. I had no idea he was going to say this. He goes, well, I'm really getting into Japanese porn right now. That's what John Popper said. He goes, so I like to pass the time by watching Japanese porn on the tour bus. I go, okay, well, and we're talking, and then the show ends, and Agnew goes effing crazy. That's the day. Japanese porn, Japanese music. Yeah.
I mean, you can talk over, Paul. I just wanted we didn't play Tekashi at all today, so if we're going to talk about Japanese porn, I thought I would just bring on some Tekashi.
Here's the thing. Tony and I have told this story before. This is the day after the John Popper singing the praises of Japanese porn, we get called into the conference room, and Agnew goes to the whiteboard, going effing crazy, yelling at us, doors shut. He's like, this is KNBR. And he's writing KNBR on the board, underlining it like 10 times. That was as a result of us talking to Popper about Japanese porn. Anyway, side story, that actually happened. We got yelled, one of the many, many times we got yelled at by the authorities over KNBR. My specialty, getting called into the principal's office. All right, Tony, so we're talking New York City. We're talking music. There's a couple of bands to me that just kind of feel, they think like New York. They sound like New York. One of them, just a great song about New York from a guy who was born in the Bronx. And I want to give you Exhibit A. This is the Ace Frehley solo album from 1978. This is actually a great record filled with great tracks. Every track on this, amazing. Rip It Out, speeding back to my baby, Snowblind, Ozone, and the track I want to select, the obvious one, New York Groove. I'm back, back in the New York Groove. Great track. Sounds like New York, feels like New York, has a groove like New York. So, Tony, I'm double dipping today. Track 1, Ace Frehley, and New York Groove. By the way, this record in my hand, I bought this thing when I was like 11 years old. Swear to God, this
version of it.
Yeah, look at the sides are all ripped up. Yeah,
it's good. It's good.
Had this thing forever. All right, one more New York song, then everybody goes into their weekend and has a great time. Another great New York band, in my mind, Tony, maybe the quintessential New York band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ramones. Here they are. This is their album, Rocket to Russia. By the way, the cartoon on the back is worth the price of admission. Look at the dude on the rocket, bro. Look at him. Look at my guy. God. See what I mean? Yeah. And by the way, the names of the tracks, you know what I mean? Teenage Lobotomy. I Want to Be Well. Here Today, Gone Tomorrow. Rockaway Beach. But the one I want to play is side 1, track 1, the Cretin Hop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cretin want to have some more. 4, 5, 6, 7. All good Cretin go to heaven.
What's the length, Paulie? Like 2.5?
Well, Cretin Hop is a minute 55.
Dude, yes, exactly.
A minute 50. How about I Don't Care? A minute
30.
30. A minute 38. Okay.
Also, who did the artwork on the album? Was it one of the Ramones who did the artwork, or was it somebody else? Because back in the day, a lot of them did their own artwork. You know.
I'm looking for that information right now. Artistic. Oh, Arturo Vega. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Okay. Guy, I bet you Dom knows him. Arturo Vega was like their PR guy and their art director, kind of like Dom is for us. So, yeah, that's Arturo right there. All right, kids. So the Ramones, Cretin Hop is going in, New York Groove is going in, and dropping. What's it called? Dropping Flow. What's it called?
Dropping some NYC.
Dropping some NYC by Blues Traveler off their first record.
NYC.
All of these tracks will be on the playlist in a matter of minutes. What I see in front of me right now, Jeff Winkler, Phil Dawson, Christian Narek, Don Peralta, Phil Dawson. I like to say that twice sometimes. Steve.
I need you to pause real quick because I got two things I have to share quickly as we wrap up the show.
Yeah.
These were shared by us, given to us. One from Dom, just because you asked for it.
I did.
Paulie.
Yeah.
There you go.
I told you. Look at the buttocks. Look at the quad. I'm telling you, he likes showing off that ass, man. Let's just be honest. He's like, ladies, how do you like it? Here it is. Or maybe guys too. I don't know. Who's ever interested? There it is.
Whatever works, man. Those are very tight, especially how they are gripping and grabbing.
Dude, look at his calf. Look at his left leg, dude. It's painted on, for Christ's sake. It's painted the F on. That calf. That looks like Shannon Kaler's jeans, by the way. That's how Kaler wears his jeans. Are these jeans tight enough, man, or should I get a smaller size, man? By the way,
when he made that stylistic transition, we could not have given him more.
Kaler?
Yeah.
I just remember looking at him going, Kaler, I don't give a shit what your fashion sensibilities are telling you. Here's a legitimate question. Are you comfortable because there's no way you're comfortable. You can barely sit down, bro. They're so tight. Anyway, Robbie Ray, I wasn't making it up. I told you, you're going to see it at 4:00 today, up close and personal. You're going to get the glutes. You're getting it all, Tony. Yeah.
Dude, I freaking love it. And then I will, if I can just bear with me for 1 second.
Do whatever you want, man. Yeah.
Let me just add this.
Lily, please don't sign off with that visual. No, I won't. Don't worry, Lily. I got you.
Where did it go? If I can just find it. Sorry.
Help a brother out. What do you got?
Stand by. Oh, there it is. Got it. Here it is. Come on. Pop up.
Dude,
there it is.
My boys. Hey, what's up? Hey, there we are in the background, too. There's the show with Rags up on the wall behind
with the Masters on the other screen. Look at these guys, man. That is varsity stuff. Neil in the yellow, for those who don't remember Neil Denardi, and then Nick DiFrancesco.
Leave that image up while we do the Longbridge. So, as we speak, Longbridge Pizza blasting out the Polymac High Noon broadcast. Thank you, Neil. And Nicky DiFrancesco, you know how I feel about you, bro. You're one of my favorite. Look at the face. How can you not love DiFrancesco? Look at that face. Longbridge Pizza is the place these guys are hanging out, and this is a place you should be hanging out as well. Head on down there for lunch today, dinner tonight for the family, whatever the situation might be. Or as I keep saying, head over to Longbridge before you go to the Warrior game on Sunday, the season finale at home. It's a big game. You got to have a full stomach before you walk into Chase. And I got to tell you, Tony, you see the sourdough crust pie right there? Look at that pizza.
Yep.
That's it. That's making me extraordinarily hungry,
dude,
right now, because I haven't had lunch yet. Yeah,
that is this pizza. They're eating a Polymac pizza. The special right there.
What's on the Polymac pizza, Tony? What kind of ingredients?
Tomato sauce, mozzarella, maestro sausage, shaved onion, and pecorino and Romano cheeses, dude. Like that is, come on, man. Like
it's a great pie. It's a great
Yeah.
pie. I've had it. Tony's had it. The sandwiches are great. The beers are great. And the vibe is great over there. That's why they like to say, come on down and join the Vibe Tribe. Ask Karen at the front desk to get some of that Polymac stash. She will hook you up. Check out the merch. They still got Polymac merch over there. But honestly, at Longbridge, Tony, it's all about the food. It's all about the atmosphere. And it's all about the experience of feeling like you're at your second home, which Neil kind of does. He's created this really, really cool vibe down there. And I'm very, very confident our listeners will love it. If you haven't been yet, I ain't doing this for kicks. I'm not doing this for fun. I'm serious. I'm trying to turn you guys on to great pizza. There's Garcia with the briefcase. Thank you, Jerry. Ask
for Paulie's stash.
I could not have
flakes.
come up with a better picture than that. And judging by Jerry's ponytail, Tony, I'm saying I think we're looking at like 1979 right there, right around the time Brent joined the band, because Jerry was going ponytail a little bit during that period. But anyway,
Nice.
I know what's in Jerry's briefcase, and it's a lot of unmentionables. Look at how he's got the grip on it with two hands, dude. That's like it's like Earl Campbell holding a fucking football, man. You know what I mean?
I love that Jerry's got a PMP Army sticker on his briefcase. That's pretty
he
cool
knows.
too.
No, Jerry knows. Trixie knows. All the Garcias know. That's awesome. And
And
there it is.
on the way out, just some pizza porn on the way out.
Yeah,
From
Lily
Longbridge-
Merchant.
Longbridge.
That's for Lily, Tony, because Lily said, please don't end the show on Robbie Ray's tight pants. So now we're going to end the show on the Detroit style pizza. And Tony, you love that with the cheese crust and all that.
It's so good with the crispy cheese on the sides. If you look at the sides, the crispy right there on the edges. Look at the edges. And then it's Detroit style. So Thursdays is Detroit style square pies at Longbridge. Look at that. Oh,
I'm telling you right now, that pizza is doing it like psychological damage to me. I'm feeling like you, Tony. You always talk about this for yourself. You announced on the show once. You go, I have serious FOMO. I'm missing out. You were saying FOMO this, FOMO that. I'm getting effing FOMO. I'm getting pizza. I'm getting Longbridge Pizza FOMO. But anyway, Neil, thank you so much. Hey, and thanks to the Bay Area Sports Collective, our brothers in arms, Tom Tolbert and Johnny Lund. They're posting up shows all day as well. Do check out our brethren over there. Stop by Bay Area Sports Collective.com. You can check out more information on what we're up to there. Will the Bay Area Sports Collective Network grow in size? Will there be new members coming? Could be. Could be. Could be coming sooner than you think. You might not even believe what I'm about to pull out of the hat. You got to keep listening, but we do. We're definitely going to grow this thing, and we have interested parties right now that we're talking to. So stand by for new additions. Tony, final words. Take it away, brother.
I'll see you Saturday for a soundboard Saturday. Tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow morning for a soundboard Saturday. I can't wait to get these things dialed and ready for the show.
Yeah.
And then probably we got another meeting on Monday after our 11 a.m. show on Monday. We got 11 a.m. show, and then we got another meeting, big things doing, hopefully on the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So meetings and shows and soundboards.
Oh my! And by the way, Tony and I have become like the most unlikely. I hate to even apply this term to myself because I don't even see myself as one of these people. But Tony and I have now become like active members of like the business community. Is that possible? But it's kind of, and that's to your point though. Every time I turn around, I got another meeting to go to now, dude. It's like there's more meetings now than I had at 20 years at KMBR. But anyway, we're loving it. We are very busy off the air. We're trying to make the show as good as we can for everybody involved. And you know what? The good way to end the show is for me to give you guys a heartfelt thank you for tuning in on Fridays and Thursdays and Mondays. And anytime you guys stop by, it really does a lot for us. And we're trying to move this show down the road. Tony said it about the soundboards. We're trying to improve the product, and we will. It's going to get better. And big announcements next week. We will be joined by Brian Stapleton of the brand new Finnerties in the grand opening. Our buddy Andy Dolich joins us. He's got a brand new book out about the A's abandoning Oakland, and Andy's a longtime friend of ours, so we'll talk to Andy on Tuesday. Tony, go for it, man.
Also, DC, Darren Chan will be joining us from Philadelphia. He's in New York with the team, with the Giants right now, and he says, how about I join you guys when we're in Philly? So
beautiful.
Look for DC next week when they're in Philly.
Uh-huh.
And then also, I just want to say also, subscribe and like, go to YouTube, go to @PolymaxParticles on YouTube, and please hit the subscribe and like button on there. If you could, spread the word. And also audio versions are on Spotify and TuneIn and Apple Podcasts. And also you can find us on X and Blue Sky And I think we're going to make a TikTok page this weekend, Paulie, and a Facebook page.
Okay. What?
And Instagram, of course. So
that's
why not?
Yeah,
why
we're all
not?
over
Just
there. Yeah, watch stop now. And by the way, when you say DC from Philly, final thing. And by the way, this riff is for you, Scarlet Fire / Bonnie. When I think about Philly, I think about 3/19/95, March 19th, 1995. I was there. Actually, I was there on the 18th and the 19th, but the 19th was the first ever performance of Unbroken Chain by Phil Lesh. And I was right there. I was on Phil's side, too. Nobody had any idea it was going to happen. It was at the end of the first set. The place went apeshit. And every time I think about Philly, I always think about 3/19/95. Bonnie, that one's for you. Have a great... Yes,
I know. Sorry, Paulie, I just need to know this.
Yeah.
Why did they like wait so long to play that song live? Like, why?
I think because it's so complicated. There's like 87 chord changes. It's a really complex piece of music. It really is. And I think it was probably too much of a headache. They were probably like, fuck this. We're not even going to bother with this thing. But then when that's why it was such a shock and a surprise, though, when all of a sudden they started playing it. We're like, whoa, is this Unbroken Chain? The place went, maybe the loudest crowd response I've ever heard in my life at any concert. It was insane. So
nobody saw it coming. That's beautiful.
No, God. Beautiful. And then everybody was hugging. You know how it is, dude. The intermission. People were running down the halls, high-fiving each other. It was really a pretty special moment. Anyway, great. Bonnie, you have a great weekend. Rising Wolf, Rags, Don Peralta, Miguel, Scarlet Fire, all of y'all. Marky Graves, Rising Wolf. I see you guys. I love you guys. My buddy James, you have a great weekend, too. Creative Tony, final thoughts, and we're out, man.
I'm going to be reporting back. I'm going to see Mustache Harbor tonight at the Guild, a little yacht rock cover band action tonight. So I will report back on that on Monday, because why not? And then Paulie, I'll be, like I said, I'll be bringing I don't know, maybe I'll bring you like a Kringle, like one of Kuiper's Kringles.
No, don't bring me any more high-calorie effing foods. Rod Brooks came over yesterday. He brought me a dozen donuts, bro. And I told him, I go, now I'm going to gain 10 to 12 pounds because I can't resist. I cannot resist donuts. I effing love them. So, no, don't bring a Kringle. I'll have bagels here. I'll feed you. I got you covered.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
All right, anyway, kids, have a great weekend. Enjoy the Masters. Go Giants. Warriors, do or die. I need these two, Dubs, so make it happen.
They got to. They got to make it happen.
And I'm telling you what, Lily, when Robbie Ray comes on the mound tonight, go like this. Cover your eyes so you don't have to see those tight pants because you're getting them up close at 4 o'clock. They're coming.
I was going to say 4:05 first pitch, and I'm going to dismiss the class, Paulie, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Class dismissed.
Yeah, man. On the way out, T, give me that low drone. Thank you, DJ Rob B. Thank you, Jeff Winkler, for the help you did with the Open too. Tony, have a great weekend, kid. Go Masters, go Dubs, go Giants. Everybody enjoy. Robbie Ray's tight pants await. Have a great weekend. Be safe. See you on Monday at 11 o'clock on Polymac Particles. Peace, y'all. Well done, T. Very nice form. I like that.
There it is.
Yeah.
Peace. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you Monday, 11 a.m.